Does the law of attraction really work? Well, I'm going to give you some evidence and some proof that it really does. Keep watching. Does the law of attraction really work? That was a question that I actually asked one of my mentors. I had been taught all of these different laws and I'd been practicing them. And there came a moment when I hadn't really seen the results of them. I didn't have 100% knowledge that they worked. And there was a little bit of a question, should I continue forward on this path and believing these laws that I've been taught? And so that was the question that I had for my mentor that had been teaching me these different laws. Does this really work? If I put all of my faith and continue working on this, am I going to get the benefits? Well, today I want to share with you, I have some evidence that I have brought, and it is in the form of a board. This is a board that I broke at an event called Limitless, an event that many of you have probably been to or at least heard of, or maybe you're part of Limitless TV or you're subscribers of Limitless TV. I was there at a Limitless event and had the opportunity to write down some limiting beliefs that I had. And so I'm going to share those limiting beliefs with you, and I'm going to share the new beliefs that I came up with that created an opportunity and an environment for me to test this law of attraction to see if it really worked. So the words that I wrote, and this is what I actually believed in the moment, was the money is not mine. There's never any for my needs and wants. I feel powerless. I can't have what I want. If I spend it, it feels like I'm taking away from the family. My stomach hurts. I can't have what I want. Now, I don't know if any of you have felt that way before and had those kind of beliefs where you just feel like the money's not yours, that you don't have control over it. And if you do actually spend some money, then you feel like you're taking away from the family. Maybe some of you can kind of relate to those beliefs. But whether it's those beliefs or some other limiting beliefs that you have that cause your stomach to hurt, I want to share with you what happened over the past year, because this has been about a year since I broke this board. And the new beliefs that I wrote on the back of this board was, my husband and I are together on where our money goes. I choose where the money goes. I'm smart with money. I have always had choice with money. My husband has always been smart with money. And it was interesting as I was looking at this just the other day, and as I was seeing what I had written here, this is exactly how our life is now. We just finished putting some money into a rental property, and my husband was the one who wanted to do the rental properties. I had an idea to put the money in a different place, but we were together, and just like it says here, my husband and I are together on where the money goes. And it's interesting because I wanted to put the money in a different place, and my old beliefs would have made me feel powerless if we ended up putting the money into something that I hadn't chosen. But because of these new beliefs and this law of attraction, this is proof that the law of attraction does work, because these words that I put on the back of this board a year ago now were not just beliefs and words that I hoped could be true like they were a year ago, but now I'm seeing the actual results that we are making decisions based on these new beliefs that we've created. And it's interesting as I look at that board, the backside of the board, the old beliefs that I used to have a year ago, they are so foreign to me. It's like, that isn't even me. How could I have ever even believed that? Because my life is so much different than it was a year ago. And I want to also point out that as I was writing these new beliefs on the back of this board, the first couple were just things that I hoped could be, that at some point I might be able to believe these. But as I got down, I noticed that my wording changed, that I am smart with money. And when I wrote that belief, I am smart with money, I found some evidence. I'm an accountant by trade. That's what I graduated from college to be, was an accountant. And so I'm definitely smart with money. The next one, I have always had choice with money. And I found some evidence that that was true too. I really have always had choice with money. I've always had a way to earn money. I've always been able to spend whatever money that I wanted on whatever I wanted. I don't even know where those old beliefs ever even came from. And that's the key right there of switching from old beliefs that aren't working to switching to new beliefs that will actually kick this law of attraction into motion for you, is when you can find evidence that it already is true in your life today. All right, so I'm going to share another example of how this law of attraction works and how important it is to find evidence that it already exists in your life. I do something that I call Warrior Camp, and this is a 3-day workshop. It's a retreat style workshop where I invite people who are struggling with addiction to come and just clear that out of their lives. Just totally go on the battlefield one more time and have that be gone and done and win. And as I thought about the future of Warrior Camp and what I wanted to create, I want to have my own resort where I can invite people in and have a larger number of people get together in this retreat and touch a larger number of lives. And so I've been focusing on building this retreat and having a resort and gathering the money and gathering the resources to be able to create this resort. And one day I realized I already have my resort. I've held one of our warrior camps here at my home, and we utilized my backyard. We utilized all of the resources that I already have available, and we had a warrior camp in my own home that already existed, and that was my resort for the warrior camp. And so I was able to see that I already own my resort. I already have a warrior camp resort where I can invite people in. Earlier this summer, we had considered having a warrior camp here and just putting tents up in the backyard. I've got a nice big property and we have plenty of space, and just putting tents up there and allowing it to expand. So I already have a warrior camp resort. And when I realized that that resort already exists, it's so much easier to just say, I have a warrior camp resort. So now that I see that I already have what I want, there's no scarcity, there's no lack, there's no wishing or wanting or needing. It already is available to me. And I am 100% committed now to focusing on that vision of the ultimate warrior camp resort, of what that looks like. So there's 3 things that are needed for you to take advantage of the law of attraction and to have that work in your life. And the first thing is to write it out. Visualize it exactly as you choose it. Just like I did with my board, I visualized what I wanted within my relationship with my husband and within my finances and how that all worked together. I visualized it and I wrote it out exactly as I wanted it. With my Warrior Camp Resort, I have pictures that I've printed out off of the internet. I've got words that describe what it looks like. I've got emotions that I feel when I visualize using that Warrior Camp Resort. And so I have it very clearly in my mind, in my heart, and in my vision, what I want to create. That's the number 1 step. And the second step to take advantage of the law of attraction in the highest way possible is to see that it already exists. Find evidence that what you're wanting to create already exists. Maybe you're wanting to buy a new truck. So there is evidence that that truck already exists somewhere out on a truck lot somewhere. So you can even say that truck already exists in my world right now. And you can go visit it on the truck lot. Even if it's not sitting in your driveway right now, find evidence that it actually exists already. And the third thing to bring that law of attraction into your life is to be committed. Have that be a reality in your life so that you're not just seeking evidence, but you're creating it, proactively creating it. And part of creating that evidence is you becoming in alignment with whatever it is that you want to create and preparing yourself to actually receive it. Making proactive choices that are in alignment with somebody who actually possesses whatever it is that you want to create. For me, as I'm creating this resort for Warrior Camp, I've been reaching out to mentors. I've been finding out what does it take to run a resort and seeing if that is actually what I really want to create. Choosing those actions that proactively put you in alignment with somebody who has that creation. I'm going to invite you to test this law of attraction yourself. And when you do, I know that you're going to discover that all you have to do is just choose those new words and believe it and focus on it, and it will happen. Be sure to like this video and subscribe.